Nightly Musers, followers of the pod, faithful few and hopeful many. This is Anchor by Spotify. If you haven't heard about it, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. It's the very platform that allows me to give you what I give you on the nightly. So let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And it gives you the ability to distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so much more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally FREE free. So here's where you come in. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That is ANCHOR.fm to get started. Thank you very much. Peace. What's good, Nightly Muse? I am your host, Tinayeshe. This is the Nightly Muse podcast. Blah, 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 blah. Man, you would think after 60-something episodes of this that I'd get used to the opener. But I still be out here just fumbling. This is your favorite podcast, The Nightly Muse. I'm your host, Tinayeshe, and that was your podcast opening music by the Low Fly Productions. Shout out Low Fly. I'm feeling good. Not gonna lie to you. I've been slacking on the old workout for the past couple of days. In part, I needed rest, and in part, it's just been a busy week. And like I said, serving the Lord in worship and all of that, being a worship leader, it's a very spiritually and physically exhaustive thing. Doesn't mean that I don't like it. I love it, or else I wouldn't be doing it. But it takes a lot out of you. And for the past 2 days, I've gotten home from work and I have just napped hard. And I'm trying not to do that because I have to, sleep. And when I nap for too long, I can't sleep at night and all of that. But tonight's episode, the gym, got to get back at it. Proud of myself, though. The consistency was felt. I guess we're in a new month now, so in part riding that wave again. And it's a month, like, I'm trying to view it chunk to chunk and not like 3 years, 1 month down, and what would that be? 35 months to go or whatever, 12 times, 36. I don't want to view it that way. That's gonna kill whatever motivation I have, and that's not what we're trying to do. What I do want to do is, find a way to just keep myself active, keep myself doing the things that I need to do to take care of myself, focus on like the eating. I think this month will be hopefully a month where I can kind of get that more in check and in line as well, because I know that it's a combination of those two things that will get me moving closer and closer towards success. But truly, I'm in a good spot. I feel good, happy, happy to be alive, happy to be in August, and eager to figure out what the fall looks like as I've, said yes and no to certain things, and I'm trying to kind of normalize my schedule. It's weird being an adult, like getting out of that college framework, that high school framework, things that I used to be able to do easily that I can't do anymore. All-nighters just hit different. I am tired. Like, you feel the physical consequences of neglecting sleep in a way that I didn't feel when I was a kid. And you have to just be more aware of taking care of yourself. And there's truth in, God's strength in my weakness. There's truth in all of that, but there's also truth in wisdom and not always putting yourself in a position where you kind of have to be weak. And so I'm trying to get better at that. And it's going. That's all I can say, is that it's going. And I guess on the heels of the worship experiences that I've had in the past couple of weeks, a lot of them, finding like that inner confidence, like confidence in the gifts that God has given me, in what I feel that He's called me to do, is it's a fun experience. It's kind of scary. I was very insecure as a kid. We had a whole 4-part episode about it. So I had a lot of insecurities when I was younger, and they've carried on to a degree to this day. But I've had to fight through a lot of that and learn a lot and experience God's covering in figuring out who I am and what I need to let go of and what I need to hold on to release myself from certain insecurities. But my singing voice, it took me a very long time to confidently sing in front of people. There were a lot of people who played a very impactful role in getting me to do that with confidence. Excuse me, I'm yawning. My speaking voice, though, which is hilarious to me that I'm doing a podcast now, is 2 of them. And I guess, anyway, before I get carried away, I hated speaking in front of people. Give me a mic and play the song, I'll sing and get back down. That was me through and through. I didn't want to say anything. I'll give you a good morning and a please stand with us, and then we're gonna get into the song. Because I don't like talking. Because once I go free, freestyling means that I can free fall. You know what I'm saying? Riffing, which I'm doing now, but I'm talking. I'm essentially talking to myself with the mindset that other people are going to be listening to what I'm saying. Okay, so there is a bit of a little psychological mumbo jumbo that I can do to get myself to do this well. But I was spitting right there. That was a lot of words without a breath break. But when I'm in a space where I'm talking to everyone, there's this concept called code switching. Typically, minorities experience this, but you change your voice. But, oh my Lord, I'm just out here yawning and yawning. Or at the very least, you change your inflection. There are things about how I speak, if y'all haven't noticed, the more I've done this, the more my voice has sounded like this, which is kind of how I sound when I'm very comfortable. Before I was and it's weird. The thing about code switching, I can't do it on command. Even when I try to I sound different when I'm talking to my sisters, when I'm talking to my entire family, when I'm talking to my friends, when I'm talking to my African friends, and when I'm talking with white people that I don't know and white people that I do know and white people that I'm extremely comfortable around. Like, all of those people, those are six codes. My African voice, my sibling voice, and some of it, the codes like have some overlap, but you can listen to this podcast and hear what I sounded like at the beginning. Welcome to the Nightly Muse. This is your host, Tinayeshe. And it definitely sounds a little different. Like right now, I'm like, welcome to the Nightly Muse. This is your host. I've done this long enough. It's almost 2 months now. I'm like, hey, let's get to the good stuff. This is who I am. This is my voice right here. Like, this is pretty standard Kennedy. And then there's that voice when you're kind of putting on. And I can't, it's a subconscious choice. And I think when I'm speaking in front of a lot of people, when I'm nervous, it's almost like I don't know which one to put on. And I get really nervous because I'm not confident in any of them. And I'm like, oh, but be myself. I don't know which self I'm supposed to be. And it's like I go in a malfunction mode and then I start stuttering and not being confident and getting really nervous. And I'm getting better at not doing that. And so, yeah, I'm just happy with where I'm at. I'm happy with what I'm learning. I'm happy. I don't know, things have just been good. And counseling's been great. And I'm at a space where I don't have to, not always thinking about, I'm not always thinking about everything like all at once. I think this podcast helps because I can process some of my emotions, some of my thoughts. But I feel like I've been definitely more in tune with what I can control and learning to let go of what I can't. And I'm sure this is something that I've said several times, but it really is something that you have to get used to on a daily level. So here I am, and I'm just thankful. So shout out y'all, shout out Low Fly, shout out all the peoples. This is episode 60 something. I'm not even going to try to pretend like I know which number episode this is because, oh Lord, I'm tired. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.